My next assertion is that Jesus never claimed to be God.
Christianity has undoubtedly had a profound impact on the world, influencing everything from culture and philosophy to art and social structures. However, beneath its widespread influence, there have always been debates surrounding the nature of Jesus Christ and his relationship to God the Father. One of the most significant debates in Christian theology revolves around the nature of Jesus, specifically whether he is God or a created being. The assertion that Jesus is not God but Michael the Archangel is a position held by some Christian groups, particularly Jehovah's Witnesses, who argue that Jesus Christ and Jehovah God are not one in the same in a literal divine sense, but are united in purpose. This exploration of the biblical argument that Jesus Christ is not God but Michael the Archangel will be focusing on the scriptures that support this perspective. It will address key passages such as John 8:58, Exodus 3:14, Daniel 10, Revelation 12, and others that have been central to the debate. The goal is not to discredit Christianity as a religion, but to engage critically with one of the most intriguing theological arguments within Christian thought, whether Jesus Christ, as traditionally understood, truly embodies the identity of God. A key passage often cited by those who believe Jesus claimed divinity is John 8:58, in which Jesus says, "Before Abraham was, I am." This verse is interpreted by many Christians as a clear statement of Jesus' divine nature, linking him to the I am declaration made by God in Exodus 3:14. The reasoning here is that Jesus is identifying himself with the eternal, self-existent God of Israel, making a claim to divinity. However, a closer look at the context of John 8:58 reveals that the phrase I am does not necessarily imply Jesus is claiming to be God in the full Trinitarian sense. The Gospel of John often uses the phrase I am in different contexts, and in many cases it refers to Jesus as the Messiah, the I am statements that characterize his role and mission, e.g., I am the bread of life, I am the light of the world. In this particular instance, the phrase before Abraham was I am may be a statement of his pre-existence, but not necessarily a statement of full divine identity. For those who argue that Jesus is not God, but Michael the Archangel, the use of I am in John 8:58 can be seen as a reference to Jesus' eternal existence as God's servant or agent, rather than a direct claim to equality with God himself. This interpretation aligns with the understanding that Jesus, as Michael the Archangel, existed before Abraham, but was still distinct from the fullness of God's nature.